Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining us. And welcome to a new day. Hope that you're getting up feeling good and positive and ready for just new adventures, which is what we do in our 60s. And whether you're retired or not, there's still lots of things to keep you busy. And it's a fun time to be around, I think. I mean, when I look at all the opportunities for travel, for virtual and otherwise, all the different kinds of experiments with food and theater, music. We do live in a pretty interesting time. And I know sometimes it gets us down because it is so intense. You know, we have just so many choices and so much going on that it feels a little bit overwhelming. But today, I hope that you're feeling good and ready for a nice new day. Now, I am drinking my cup of tea. I got a bit nostalgic this morning. I went back to my celestial seasonings. I picked this up when I was traveling in Norway because I can't get celestial seasonings tea here in Switzerland. But of course, when I lived in Boulder in Colorado, I used to drink this all the time. But this is lemon zinger. It's caffeine free. It's got lemon in it and other various things. But I didn't realize how red it was. I really can't show you because I've got it in a little teeny cup today. And I bought this at the recycling place. It's so cute, but it's red. When I took the tea bag and got it out, it was red. So it's very good, and I wish I could find the ingredients for it. Hold on a second. I'm going to have a look and see on the back. Oh, okay, that explains it. It's hibiscus, rose hips, chicory, orange peel, lemongrass, lemon peel, and whole dried lemons. So the lemons are like not even the main ingredient in this, but they call it lemon zinger. The main ingredient is hibiscus. So hibiscus is going to make your tea red. And so I'm happy to enjoy hibiscus. I had a lot of that when I was in Bali. It's a really lovely flower. You can almost pick it, or you can pick it off the tree, put hot water, and add a bit of lime juice, and you've got a lovely tea. It's very true. Anyway, here we are in not so much Bali, but I'm still enjoying a lemon zinger tea. Now, the topic today that I wanted to chat with you, though, is about this world and our place in it after retirement. It's such a loaded word. I don't even know why we use it anymore, to be quite honest, because if it just means ending a career in a job that pays you a salary, then yes, I'm retired. But if it means that I've stopped working, both for financial reasons and also for just for the purpose and the pleasure of working, then I'm not retired. So I think it's really a powerful word. But Marcia Smalley, one of our bloggers, wrote an article about this. Sort of, is retirement harder than you think it is, than you imagined it to be? And she talks about 7 different things that you can, ease your way into retirement to make it a little bit more manageable, and also to help you to shift that attitude from what was before retirement in quotes and after. So she, as Marcia says, I mean, you've got time now to line stuff up. You can do the travel, you can visit your family, spend time with grandchildren, take up a sport or a leisure activity. You've got lots of freedom. And that is in fact the most powerful word, but it takes time to get your mind caught up with the opportunities that you've spread out in front of you. Now, no more do we define ourselves by age. So to say, oh, I'm too old to do this, or I can't get started with that now that I'm 60 something, we know that's not true anymore. So we just go for things. We really have an attitude of gratitude for the things we have, but we also want more. And that's okay. That's what makes us human. That's what drives us forward. So we have to be able to experiment with change and be ready to, adapt. That's the key thing. And I think there's this whole series of transitions that go on when our children leave home, when they start having their own children, when we maybe get divorced or a relationship, a partnership ends, when we perhaps are forced out of a job or, managed out, or we decide that's it, we're done, we're done with working in that old way. So I think it's really an opportunity more than it is anything else. It is a challenge as well. But here's some things Marcia talks about, and then I'll just kind of talk a little bit about my own experience too. So the first thing that she suggests is to keep a gratitude journal. I've actually not done this in a formal way, but I do have a moment every day when before I go to sleep, where I do go through It's kind of like the thank yous and remembering people for how special they are, but also the things that you have. And sometimes it's just, I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for having a place to live that is safe and has a roof and a shower and I have a refrigerator. And what are the important things? I'm grateful for the people that care for me and that love me. I'm grateful for my community, 60 and me. So, all those things. So, and having a grateful heart actually does help you to open your heart, to what's going to come in your retirement. Another thing that Marcia suggests, and I love this suggestion, is talk to at least 3 people a day. Don't go a day without talking to someone, even if it means picking up the phone, or I suppose even a virtual conversation is an option, but it's better to talk to a person. And if that means walking into a coffee shop and saying hi to someone, or starting a conversation with a shopkeeper, just anyone, bus driver, friend, someone who is going to just be there to give you human touch, human contact. And if you have to, force yourself to do it, going out there and flex those communication muscles and get a little bit more brave, then, go to an event, go to an open house, go to a movie, talk to someone, even not necessarily sitting next to them, talk to them in the, when you're waiting for your ticket. Just do something that gives you a sense of connection to people. And of course, Marcia reminds us not to be so serious, to actually enjoy the process, and not to expect every relationship to be like a friendship forever and ever, that we can actually have a spectrum. And this is true with guys. You don't have to have a personal relationship. We just have a way that we can choose the spectrum: friend, partner, lover, good friend, not so good friend, acquaintance, whatever you choose. Another thing that we can do, according to Marcia, and I agree with her too, is to basically make a list of all the things you've contributed. You can do it mentally. But every day, think about, who did you touch that day? Did you compliment somebody? Did you make someone feel good? I mean, gosh, the number of times that I have said to someone, I really love your eyes today. You've got beautiful eyes today, or you've done something cool to your face. You're wearing a really nice color, or just genuine. I mean, I wouldn't lie to someone, but just be genuine. Think about, and people have said, oh my gosh, you've made my day. Thank you. Seriously, people don't take time to compliment each other. And even if it's a small compliment, it means the world to people. So, and thank you, by the way, for all the lovely compliments that you give me and you give 60 and me. Our team really appreciates it. We work super hard, really, to make sure that we do a very good job for you. So, I just want to make sure that it is appreciated. And, think about the family or friends that we've nurtured. I don't think there's a time I go to sleep at night that I don't feel good when I've been able to talk to my grandson or one of my children, and or both of my children, and just know that somehow, some crazy way, I've been an example to them, and I've given them some values that are helping them be good people. That's about the bottom line for me. Another thing is to discover one new thing about your community. Go out there in the world and see what's going on. There's some theater this weekend that I'm going to go to on Saturday. Check out the music performances. Maybe they're celebrating some holiday and there's some special fair or market that's going to be around. Sign up for local groups. And also online, a lot of communities now in neighborhoods, or even apartment buildings, have their own Facebook page or Twitter page where you can actually just talk to people in there's a few hundred people in a building. You can plan events, or, just give an update on something to do with the maintenance or whatever. But if you join in, you feel connected. You feel like you're part of it. Another thing that Marcia recommends is to come out of your comfort zone at least once a week, or maybe once a month. Just do something that is just a little bit edgy for you. Maybe you just wear something that you wouldn't normally wear. Pop a hat on, put a scarf around your neck. You do something that you wouldn't normally do. If you go out and you feel, oh my goodness, well, I've never done this before, just do it. Just do it. And as long as it's not scary, like physically scary, nothing's going to happen. I mean, what if someone laughs at you? Who cares? It doesn't really, really matter. We know this. All those years that you actually worried about what people thought of you, guess what? You were just amusement for them. You were just their entertainment. It really wasn't personal. And gosh, the times that I've told my children and reminded them of that. But it's one of those things you have to go through yourself. You can give all the advice in the world, but younger people have to work it through. It's true. And finally, I guess don't rush. Don't think that you have to, going into retirement, that you have to do everything at once. If you're making that transition into another lifestyle, it doesn't have to happen overnight. So just take it easy. If you just don't feel like giving up jobs right away, go get a part-time job. Don't give in to the stereotype, that says you have to, you're 64, 65 years old, you have to do this. You don't, and you know that. And I think that's really important, to not be a victim of someone else's rules. Don't want to do that. And there's actually another point that Marcia makes, which I think is really important, and that is, don't feel like you have to do this alone. If there's stress in your life, or you're feeling that you're just not handling this well, and I know from reading your comments that there are a lot of women who are feeling very confused by retirement and making that leap. But don't do it by yourself. If you really are struggling, there's plenty of counselors and therapists who hopefully you can get at a price that you can afford, and just talk to someone, even just a couple of times. It really will help. Or find a good friend. Find a good friend. And actually, you'll find a lot of women here on 60andMe. We do have some doctors and therapists in our group for sure, but you don't have to find them. You have to just find people that know what you're going through. If it's you've been widowed, or you've lost, you've had some kind of loss, you're just feeling insecure, you've been dependent on someone all your life and now you're not. Whatever it is, just go ahead and look out in this community for people that can be there. We're here for each other. We're on this journey. We're on the journey together. So when you read an article that's on the topic of your issue or your challenge, just join in, leave a comment, see what people say. It's really important. So we're here for each other. I think that's important. So I guess I just want to ask you, how are you handling retiring from a full-time job? If that's how we define retirement, how are you handling that? Whether you've found something else or whatever, but how are you handling the transition from a full-time job to something else? Well, leave your comments in the section below. Let's have a chat. And again, thanks so much for being here. Tell a friend to join our 60andMe community. You just have to go up to 60andme.com and then put /membership. And then you can join our membership club. There's no charge. It's free of charge. Just give us your email and we'll send you, updates and links to these videos and other news that's important. So again, thanks again for being here, and look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take very good care. Bye-bye.